Talked earlier when we spoke, you said you knew they were going to come back with a great deal of energy, and that's just what they did from start to finish.
Yeah, I mean, it was expected, and it happened. You know, they fought hard, and I think understood the the urgency with which they had to play in this game, and we understood it as well. I think in terms of mindset, mentality, and urgency, I think that was there for us, but. We got out of character in the second half just in terms of being solid in our execution and doing some of the things that we need to do. For the most part, we were getting some stops in that third and fourth quarter, but offensively, we were bad.
And then, of course, without Andrew in the middle and him being out like he has been, is another hole that you have to fill.
Yeah, well, Andrew's size, in particular on the defensive end, really helps our team. And so when he's out or not available, that makes it tougher for us. But there's still some things that we can accomplish out there to get the job done, and some of it is just desire and wanting it. And I'm not questioning any of my guys in terms of wanting it out there, but there were just times where they beat us to the ball and got to some things quicker than us, and those are things that we'll have to fix over the next couple of days.
What caused the offensive breakdowns?
I mean, some of it was obviously their defense, but we're well versed in being able to do things when a team decides to try to pressure or bring guys up the court or deny a pass. I mean, we know how to play against all those things. So, you always have to give your opponent credit, when you're out there playing. But at the same time, we were definitely in control of the mistakes that we made. And so, we just have to be much sharper and have an understanding of what we're trying to accomplish out there. And I think we tried to win the game too early in that third quarter. I think we had an opportunity to crack the game open, but we tried to win it then instead of really just continuing to play the game.
The points in the paint are always the key stat for you guys. You lost by 20 in this game. How much of that was because of Drew not being in the middle, do you think?
I mean, some of it was that, but some of it was also the fact that we didn't execute well enough on our end to get points in the paint for us. So, that's the disparity will grow if they're getting some points in the paint and we're not getting any, Some maybe because you don't have your starting center, but others because you're not executing in a way that allows you to get penetration and get into the interior of their defense. So, we did some things good in the second half of the last game that helped us out, and we didn't do that tonight in terms of just executing and being able to move some guys around and get into the inside of their defense.
Was it getting strong to weak? Was that the problem? Just getting the ball from strong side to weak side?
Yeah, but I think we were slow getting into our actions, which puts, for the most part, I think Kobe in the toughest spot. Because if we start the possession without really some energy and some thrust, then by the time we do get in and swing the ball around one time, either he or whoever's catching it with 6 seconds on the shot clock, and then that's where you see more dribbling than we really like to have in our offense. So like I said, you have to give them some of the credit, but those are things that we can't control and have to do much better.
Was that the most physical game of the series to you, and how much does that come into play in the next three?
It's irrelevant, to be honest. It's the finals. You expect it to be physical and teams playing hard, but you can get around that. The smart beat the strong. That's what we need to focus on.
The game three, they were very frustrated because they kept Kobe and Powell from having big nights, and they weren't able to close it in the fourth. Are you all equally frustrated because you were able to control Ray and Paul pretty much throughout the whole game, and still it was Baby and all those other guys that really did the damage in the fourth quarter?
Well, I mean, some of it is that, but this is the NBA. You can't take away credit from guys that have the ability to perform, and Glenn Davis and Nate Robinson have done a good job for their team and had some timely contributions. And the frustration for us comes from within our locker room. I think that's when you really think about teams being frustrated and disappointed and losing a game. I know we have to answer questions and say things about the other team, but most of your frustration or anger is really, from within your own locker room or within yourself, when you look in the mirror. So, I think that's what it'll be about over the next couple of days for us, and, they'll do the same thing. And Sunday night's game will be, highly contested and a lot of fun.
Eric,
guys, last question.
Is this one of those times where you would say if at the beginning of the year, if you're down to 3 games and you have 2 games at home, you're feeling still pretty good about things?
I mean, I guess so. I don't know if I would say it that way. I would just say that, you know, we're in the NBA Finals, and it's 2-2, and regardless of where the games are, you know, it's the next team to win too, is the team that win the title, and so to have the opportunity to do it is the gift, and we just have to open it.